Aluminium keyboards are becoming ever present in the keyboard world nowadays. From their beefier build quality to their deeper, talkier sound profile, it's easy to understand why. What I have here is Leobog's High 75 budget alu kit. Will its price point reflect its ability, or is this keyboard truly the next budget aluminium king? Stick around to find out. First, let's unbox this kit and go over everything you get in the box. The first thing you get is the user manual, which I recommend everyone to keep. Any questions you have about shortcuts are in there. The next thing is the card, which I guess shows some instructions, but I can't read it. The internals are protected by a thick layer of foam, which is reassuring to see. The High 75 kit itself is front and center, but we'll get back to that. Let's see what else you get. You also get a few small badge style stickers. Finally, there's a box at the bottom which contains a nice grey braided coiled cable. Back to the board itself. It's wrapped in a standard plastic wrap, with even more thicker plastic protecting the aluminium finish. Let's quickly run through some of the main specs and features of this keyboard before getting into all of my thoughts. The kit comes in at $75 bare bones or $99 assembled. The High 75 is an aluminium alloy construction. It's a 75% layout with 81 keys including the knob. It's got a wired USB-C connection mode and a gasket mounting structure. Okay, so as mentioned, this kit is a 75% layout, so it's a nice happy medium between a smaller footprint, minimalistic design and a very functional keyboard. My unit is in this blue colorway, but there's actually a wide variety of colors to choose from, so you'll definitely be able to find one that fits your aesthetic. There's a magnetic mirrored plate with the themed astronaut mascot, so you can take this off if it's not your cup of tea. I personally like it. The knob serves a few purposes. You can control the volume, turning it up, down or off, but if you hold down the knob for a few seconds, the function then changes to control the RGB brightness and mode. Let me show you a few of those now. The build quality is extremely premium, as you would expect. It's got kind of a powder coated finish, which I really like the look of. As with many aluminium kits, you don't get the height adjustable feet, so you will be limited to the default typing angle. I personally didn't experience any wrist fatigue though. There's a big planet engraving on the back, which won't be for everyone, but I think it looks really nice. Apart from that, you just get a spec sticker, which you can easily remove. The case itself is very minimally branded in my opinion. This is definitely something I look for. You don't get tri-mode connectivity in this kit, but I'm perfectly happy with that. It all comes down to your use case, but one connectivity mode will be perfectly fine for a lot of people. Leobog also seemed to try to cushion the blow with this by the inclusion of their braided USB-C coiled cable. Leobog brand this keyboard as gaming capable with features like N-key rollover and its gaming chip with rapid response time, though I wasn't able to find out exactly what that response time is. My build uses these high quality ABS cherry profile keycaps from Epomaker, which I'll have linked in the description if you like the look of. I also went for Epomaker's cherry blossom switches, which are linear, and I chose the mid-level 43 grams of operating force version. As it is a bare bones kit, I'm going to provide a sound test with some more popular switches, which I can hopefully aid you in making a buying decision. Let's tear this keyboard down and talk about the internals. First things first, the top housing is super simple to get off. You just have to remove these 6 screws on the inside. Once they're off, things get a bit more tricky. The knob is the next thing to come off, and it requires a serious amount of pulling to get it off, so don't worry about breaking it. It is designed that way. The internals come in one big sandwich. The plate is polycarbonate with flex cuts, which helps even out the typing across the whole board as well as provide a bit more flex. The plate-mounted stabilizers are pre-lubed and sound quite good, so I was happy enough to use them stock. You get loads of sound dampening in this kit. Under the plate there's a thick layer of pour-on foam. Under that there's a pour-on switch pad as well as a PET pad. The PCB is 5-pin hot swappable with south-facing sockets and flex cuts as well. On the back of the PCB you also get another layer of foam and a PET pad as opposed to having case foam. You can see the pour-on gaskets in the bottom case as well as in the top plate. This is really nice to see in an aluminium kit that needs as much cushioning as it can to combat its rigid nature. So yeah, internally the High 75 is really well equipped. The sound signature of this board is super talky, but don't just take my word for it. Take a listen. So yeah, for just $75, you're getting an amazing looking, feeling and sounding keyboard that only requires you to put in a few switches and keycaps. Other than that, the high 75 asks nothing more of you. Its stock performance is perfect. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say a massive thank you. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing because there's lots more keyboard content on the way. I also want to say a massive thank you to Epomaker for sending out the parts I used in this video.